Is it a black dragon or is it just a big lizard with potent halitosis? Hey there, adventurers, I'm Judd, and this is Short Rest Studios, where we believe fun builds community. The bigger dragons get in D&D, the more complicated they seem to get. Multiple attacks, legendary actions, lair actions. But the truth is, dragons in both 5e and 5.5 are built on a theme. If you can run a green dragon, you can run a red dragon. My 10 rules for running chromatic dragons are guaranteed to make your GMing easier and scare the poop out of your players. As always, when I talk about monster tactics, I'm deeply indebted to Keith Amon's incredible book and blog, The Monsters Know What They're Doing. I'll drop those links in the description. Rule number 1, never fight on the ground. What's the first thing you think of when you think of a dragon? Breath weapon. What's the second thing? Wings. Great. Now I want hot wings. A dragon's flight speed is double its land speed. There's never a reason to not fly. It gives the dragon air superiority. That blue dragon might fly in for an ambush, change positions to hit the most targets with its lightning breath, or, especially if it's a wormling, dodge an attack and fly away. And a flying dragon can stay out of reach of your PCs while still maintaining the ability to attack. A dragon can be on the ground. They should never stay on the ground. Rule number 2. Don't hoard that breath weapon. The thing your players most want to see when they face a dragon that's going to make the encounter the most fun, that is the defining characteristic of a dragon, is their breath weapon. A lot of DMs, and I've been here myself, want to hoard that breath weapon because it has to be recharged. But think about it. If your red dragon's fire breath recharges on a d6 roll of 5 or 6, you can use it every third turn on average. Sometimes it'll be less, but sometimes it'll be a lot more. This stuff is what your players are here for. Use the breath weapon early. Use it often. Rule number 3, use the environment. Dragons are masters of their environments, and that is maybe most evident in their movement. Every D&D dragon has their regular movement, flight, and one type of environment-based movement that's just as fast as their land speed. Red dragons climb, white and blue dragons burrow, green and black dragons swim. That, coupled with every chromatic dragon's healthy stealth bonus and their expert ambushers. A red dragon wormling might drop from a hiding place in the rocks above to surprise your party. A black dragon could pop out of the water like a crocodile. A white dragon could burrow right up under you and shred you with shards of ice before you know what hit you. Rule number 4, escape is always an option. Dragons live a long time, and chromatic dragons especially are wildly self-centered. In other words, they value their lives. They're certainly not afraid of you. But if a fight starts to go sideways, even an ancient dragon will adjust. For example, a blue dragon, being the patient type, might fly to a safe distance and snipe at your party with its lightning breath. In The Monsters Know What They're Doing, Keith Amon draws a line at which pretty much any dragon will cut and run when they reach 40% of their hit points. Just before the point where they're seriously hurt, they'll dodge and fly away. And they'll just become the recurring villain of your nightmares. Rule number 5, don't let them gang up on you. For the adult and ancient dragons, this isn't really as much of a problem, but wormlings and young especially don't have the chops their moms and dads do. A wormling will do okay in a direct fight with one opponent, but if more than one engages them, they'll try to find their way out of that to focus on one at a time. For a young dragon, it's probably no more than 2 at a time. We're halfway through now, adventurers. Drop me a comment and let me know what you think. Tell me what kind of rules you have for running dragons at your table. Rule number 6, adult dragons dominate the action economy. Adulthood is when dragons really and truly become creatures of legend. Let's look at the example of an adult red dragon. Every turn, they can use their frightful presence, which of course has a good chance of giving your PCs the frightened condition, and then make a bite and 2 claw attacks. Given that they have a plus 14 to hit and an average of 86 damage on 3 successful attacks, that already makes them an incredibly formidable opponent. But they become exponentially more dominant when your party faces them in their lair. Every adult chromatic dragon, every dragon really, but we're focusing on chromatics today, just like every other legendary monster in D&D, has lair actions, ways that it affects the environment that give it huge advantages in combat. And that advantage comes, of course, by giving it an extra turn at initiative count 20. Even when your PCs are at higher levels, these actions have a decent chance of being pretty high in the initiative order. The red dragon's lair actions can poison you, knock you prone, or do 66 fire damage, and they get one every round on top of their regular actions. Essentially, at this point, the dragon can act against you 5 times every round. But wait, they can also use 3 legendary actions every turn. Since the dragon's wing attack takes 2 actions, they could conceivably attack you twice if they go with the tail attack too. So if the dragon's fire breath doesn't recharge, that's a total of 8 actions in the round, with 5 of them being direct attacks. That is some incredible action economy. Rule number 7, change the game with wing attack. 2 of an adult or ancient dragon's legendary actions are tail and wing attacks, and at first blush you might think the tail attack is better. An ancient blue dragon's tail attack has a reach of 20 feet, plus 16 to hit, and averages 18 bludgeoning damage. The wing attack only works within 15 feet and averages 16 bludgeoning damage. The tail attack will absolutely be more useful against a single target, but when multiple PCs get within 15 feet of your ancient dragon or within 10 feet of your adult dragon, using your wing attack can completely change the game. Imagine an adventuring party of 4 PCs. 3 of them approach within 15 feet of an ancient blue dragon. He attacks with wings. The damage isn't huge, but there's a really high chance with a DC 24 dex save that those 3 PCs are going prone. The wing attack then allows the dragon to fly up to half its speed, meaning he can move to a better position and alter the entire flow of combat. Plus, the PCs are at disadvantage or have to use an action to stand on their turn. Rule number 8, they can't hide from you. One of a dragon's 3 legendary actions is detect, basically giving them a free perception check every turn. And even an adult white dragon, the dumbest of chromatics, has a perception bonus of plus 11. It's hard to sneak up on a dragon. That means if no PCs are close enough for a tail or wing attack and one of them has tried to do something sneaky within your dragon's line of sight, I'm looking at you rogues, use that detect action. Even if they succeeded at being stealthy, there's a good chance the dragon can negate that success. Rule number 9, don't wait to use legendary resistance. Legendary resistance lets an adult dragon or ancient dragon turn a failed save into a success 3 times a day. You might be tempted to hoard those until things get dire, but look at the dragon's saving throws. A green has a plus 6 for dex, 10 for constitution, plus 7 for wisdom, and plus 8 for charisma. Even the low ones are good. That means the odds of a dragon failing on a save when you cast like banishment or moonbeam are pretty low. Chances are your dragon won't use up those 3 legendary resistances unless you're rolling really badly, in which case, get some new dice, like from today's sponsor. And finally, rule 10, the dragon's tactics are in their personalities. I did a video a while back on running monsters like an FBI criminal profiler, and it applies just as much to dragons as any other baddie. Stats and lore will show you how to run them. And even if you decide to change the personality of a given dragon, the characteristics you create should impact how they fight. Green dragons are arrogant and manipulative. They'll try to lull your players into a false sense of security or deceive them to get the upper hand. Black dragons are bullying brutes. They'll attack straight on, full force, and pull no punches. White dragons are brutes too, but they lack the black dragon's intelligence. They're really just killing machines, predators, the most animalistic of chromatic dragons. Blue dragons are narcissists who brook no insult, but they're also incredibly patient, meaning they'll strategize and snipe PCs from a distance, take their time killing you just so you know how awesome they are. Red dragons are incredibly strong and the most arrogant of the chromatic dragons. They'll do everything they can to overpower an enemy. They're also prone to fly into a rage, which could very well lead them to make tactical mistakes. Adventurers, those are my 10 rules to help you stop running chromatic dragons, really any dragon, like big lizards, and start running them like the creatures of myth and legend they are. If you're into this kind of content, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss my future videos. And please consider supporting the channel by joining the Adventurers Guild at patreon.com/shortreststudios or by hitting the join button under this video. You can get access to the magic item of the month, my campaign notebook, and more. If you want the secret to truly tactical monsters, you need to get in their heads. Check out this video to learn how to DM like an FBI profiler. Then get out there and have an adventure.